budget insurance. Affordable because you can't afford not to.
Hello and welcome to the inside of the A45 S AMG. Let me quickly get into presenter mode. You see, the problem with shooting cars all day in summer is that you spend a lot of time in the sun, which has created terrible sun damage on my lips. So please excuse that while you're watching this video. I'm sorry, I know it's hideous. Right, here we go, the A45 AMG. So I'm quite excited. I've been wanting to drive this car for a while. My colleague Ashley Oldfield drove it in Portugal, I think in 2019, if I'm not mistaken, at the international launch. And this is the first time I'm getting my hands on it, and I have an entire 2-kilometer runway to myself with a couple of little access roads so I can do some cornering. So what is special about this A45 AMG? Well, from the previous generation, they haven't increased the engine displacement, still a 2-liter 4-cylinder turbo, but they have cranked up the power to 310 kilowatts. We'll put the horsepower figure on the screen so you don't all shout at me. And 500 newton meters. And no, I'm not converting that to pound-feet of torque, because pound-feet of torque is a thing that doesn't exist. You guys just made it up. It's like Fahrenheit. It's just silly. Anyway, let's see what that feels like. Shift down a gear, second gear, foot flat. Whee! Okay. Yeah, that feels good. So this is, with all of that extra power and torque, the fastest A-Class ever. 0 to 100 in 3.9 seconds. And as I discovered earlier on today, drag racing the M2 CS, if you haven't watched that video, check it out on our channel. This thing is an absolute monster off the line. It is just built, it is geared for rapid acceleration. Off the line, the M2 CS never stood a chance, unsurprisingly, I suppose. So I think I should demonstrate to you what that looks and feels like. Right, now, the nice thing about Mercedes-Benz is they've made it extremely easy to launch the A45. All you do on this dial here, on the steering wheel, is you put it into race mode, little checkered flag, it says race over there. Your exhaust automatically goes into powerful mode. I love that. Powerful pipes, or if you're from Joburg, powerful pops. Anyway, then you put your left foot on the brake, and when you are ready to engage launch start, you simply accelerate. Here we go, 3, 2, 1, race start engaged, and go. Oh, woo! 120 already. I'm breaking the speed limit in about 5 seconds. Thank goodness I'm on a runway. 175, 180, 190. There we go. Here comes the 200. And let's get off so that I can brake. Yeah, this is it's not a slow car. Not a slow car at all. Did you see that launch? I've been in very few cars that kick you in the back like that. So yeah, Mercedes-Benz, you can feel they've shortened the gearing a little bit here. Spent a lot of time on that launch control software. This is a robot-to-robot champion. There's very few cars out there that are going to touch you. Well, stock cars. This is going to be hard to beat. But the thing is, with this generation of A-Class, of A45, it's not just a straight line hero. Let me explain. So because they've sort of rewritten the software and reworked the diffs and reworked the suspension a little bit here, you start to get that sort of really coveted rear-wheel drive feeling that you might expect, say, from a car like the M2 CS. Now, don't get me wrong, it's nowhere near as rear-wheel drive natured as an M2 CS, but it's also very far from being a very boring four-wheel drive hot hatchback. You do get the feeling like you can adjust it with your right foot, and if you get on the throttle a little bit early out of the apex, gets a little bit twitchy at the rear. That's so cool. I am actually particularly impressed by this car's dynamic ability. You will not get bored driving this car, and what's nice about the all-wheel drivetrain is that you've just got this safety net, you know, that bungee cord if you run out of talent. Whereas with a car like the M2 CS, yeah, if you're not Ashley Oldfield, I'd be very careful in a car like that. Long left-hander here, terrible slippery gravel though. Flick it down into second gear, clip the apex, start on the throttle. Nice, shifted up a bit early there. Oh, this thing's pretty playful. I do not think you'll get bored driving this car. But all that being said, I have some major issues with this car, like major issues, and it comes down to the more sort of boring consumery stuff that you probably aren't particularly interested in. So I left all of this stuff to the end of the video. So if you want now, you can just leave. Off you go. Go make a cup of tea, go put on some Netflix, because here comes the reasons why this car actually bothers me quite a lot. So on the drive out here, the road surface wasn't great, but it wasn't particularly bad either. And the tire roar and the general road noise that was coming through the car and hitting my ears was just almost unbearable. I mean, it was about an hour's drive out here, and I was just getting frustrated with this car, like really frustrated. The thing is, I get to drive a lot of cars, so I mean, I can compare this to just about everything I've driven lately, and usually in modern cars, the amount of tire noise and road noise is low enough so that your brain basically tunes it out and you kind of forget about it. That does not happen in the A45 S. And so this is not a great car to do long distance in at all. I would say maximum 2-hour road trip, or you might actually lose your mind. So that's my number one problem with it. Then these seats, right? This is the most extreme hatchback that Mercedes makes. It's one of the most extreme cars that Mercedes makes. But the standard seat that they give you is awful. There's no lateral support. There's not enough seat down here for my backside. And of course, you can upgrade, right? But that costs you an extra 80,000 Rand to get the proper seats, the nice AMG bucket seat. That really, really bothers me. I'm also not entirely sure why somebody at Mercedes-Benz, who was responsible for speccing their press cars, went with brown leather. Look at this leather. It's probably one of the ugliest leather colors I've ever seen in a car. Why would you want a hot hatch with leather from a 1970s Valiant? It's awful. Maybe he spec'd it or she spec'd it this badly so they'll never be able to on-sell it, and then he or she can just get it at a bargain. They'll just be like, I'll give you 500 for it, you know, and then you got an A45. Maybe that's what happened.
Thankfully, the rest of the cabin is actually quite spectacular. I've always thought the A-Class dash is one of the best Mercedes has to offer. It just looks expensive and fancy. You can control the infotainment system via Merc's latest touchpad or just by touching the screen itself. On top of that, the instrument cluster is very customizable. You can choose from a range of different main dial options, although I'm not sure why you'd want a giant clock in place of your rev counter. But the boost gauge is pretty cool. Backseat space is relatively generous, and the A-Class is certainly a comfortable place for 4 adults. The steering wheel is a particular highlight, with a dynamic mode selector on the right and quick access to your pipes and manual mode on the left. In fact, there are 2 places to activate your pipes. Obviously, Mercedes are very proud of these pipes. They do sound good though.
Right, so should you buy an A45 S AMG? 1.15 million gets you one of these bad boys. It's quite a lot of money. You got to spend 80 grand on those seats. Trust me, you do not want these seats. And quite interestingly, you can get an M2 competition for 20 grand less than this car. And that makes it a little bit difficult actually to decide, because M2 Competition is a formidable car. But my experience of the M2 Competition is that it's actually too hardcore to drive day to day. I think this is probably the better daily. But that tire roar and that general road noise, which you can probably hear now on this poor tarmac, to me would almost be a deal breaker. Actually, I'm not sure if I could live with this car because of that issue. And that's quite a pity, actually. But as a performance car, as a hardcore hot hatch, something just running a 2-liter, I'm pretty damn impressed.
The Cars.co.za YouTube channel is the largest YouTube channel in South Africa by subscriber count in any industry, and that is thanks to you for watching our videos and subscribing. But maybe do us a favor and get like your friends to subscribe. That would be nice. We would appreciate that, and we will reward you with a crisp high five.
Budget insurance. Affordable because you can't afford not to.